hope these work. And we are live. We are live. Let's refresh this. Oh, that does look amazing. It does. It does. Well, hello there, Private Practice Success community. I'm just sharing this live stream into my groups with the hope. Hey Frank, how are you? Can you hear me well? Because I'm trying to talk not too loud because I'm surrounded by lots of people. Let me know if you can hear me, Frank. Oops. Go. Share it in there. Post. Hey Amanda, where are you finding yourself right now? Can you hear me well, Amanda? Can somebody confirm for me that you can hear me when I speak at this level? That would be really awesome. So that I know that I need to speak a tad louder, because it feels to me that I'm speaking very softly, which is not my natural way of speaking. It's like I need to contain myself where I'm at right now, and I don't particularly like containing myself. Because I need to let the stuff come out. It needs to come out. Next level. Alrighty. I think that's good. I'm not flying till this afternoon. Yes, I can hear you. Fabulous. So I've got my earphones in here just to make it a tad bit easier for people to hear me. So that's cool. Almost done sharing these. Done. Then I'm going to tell you all the things. It's been an interesting morning so far. Very interesting. All right. If this is your first time on a live stream with me, who am I? I'm Gerda, and I'm a clinical psychologist and a private practice success business coach and mentor. And I am currently sitting here in the Virgin Business Lounge at the Brisbane Airport. And it is very busy here for, what's the time? 12 midday on a Friday. It's like, I'm looking around and there's so many people, right? And I'm thinking, this is not very VIP, this is not very exclusive, it's way too busy, way too many people in here. But I think there's a reason for why it's so busy today. I'm not sure whether it's always like this. I would expect it to be really hectic, early mornings, maybe afternoons as the business people, fly between capital cities and fly around for business and work and that type of stuff. But 12 o'clock on a Friday, but it seems there's something going on in the airline business today. So it's been an interesting half an hour since I first arrived here. So I went to check in, and as I was checking in my bags, the lovely Virgin person behind the desk said that I just need to keep an eye on the boards because there's going to be a possible delay with our flight. The flight before us have already been delayed. They do not have a departure time, revised departure time for that flight. So we need to keep an eye on the board. And I said, oh, what's going on? And they said that apparently there is a fire in Sydney's traffic control tower. Now, needless to say, that is a very serious situation because they need to control all the flights coming into Sydney and landing. And of course, Murphy's Law would have it that that is exactly where myself and Chelsea, that's sitting right over there, won't put you on the live stream now, you're eating. I do have my limits. That's where myself and Chelsea is flying to, because starting tomorrow morning I am presenting my very first Inner Circle Mastermind Retreat for 2019. Yes, so we don't know what time we're going to leave. Luckily, we do have access to the business lounge today, so there's lots of food, lots of drink, even alcohol if we choose to do so, which I won't, because otherwise I'll just have like a headache tomorrow. And there's free Wi-Fi, so we're going to get so much stuff done here. And if we choose, we will just sit and chit chat, right? That's okay as well. It is Friday after all, and we're going to have a really, really hectic 2 days. So that's the first thing that happened. And then I came through security. I haven't even told you this, Chelsea. came through security at the Virgin entrance, and I'm the only person there, and I still make a joke with the lady, you know, when they test you for drugs and stuff. I still make a joke to her because I can see her waiting for me. I said, I'm guessing I'm being randomly selected for the screen, and she just laughs and she says yes, because there's nobody else to test, right? And she tests me and she says, the alarm went off. Yes. This is the first time ever. I mean, I fly so often. She says, I'm going to have to redo you, very calmly, of course the alarm has gone off. I said, what? She said, yes, but don't stress. She probably thought that I don't look like a criminal, right, or a druggie. She said, don't stress, because people think that these tests test for drugs, but they actually test for chemicals. Yes. So I said, and she said, did you put on perfume this morning? I said, yes, I love perfume, right? She said, could be that. So they took out the little swab, put new things in, tested me 3 times again. All 3 times was clear, I will say. So that was very interesting. I told her, well, at least now I have something to tell people about my day at the airport today. I have not only one, I now have 2 things. First, I'm stuck here, which is a good stuck, right? This is a good stuck. If you want to be stuck under any circumstances at the airport, it's today, in the lounge. And yes, the alarm went off. Luckily, there was nobody running to come and, arrest me or anything. It could have been much worse. So I'm really ecstatic about that fact. Amanda says, did I tell you? She says she's only flying this afternoon. Yes, so that is our day so far. And let me just quickly put this one here. Sometimes there's questions that I don't see on the phone. So anyway, I do wanted to share a message with you guys today, right? I have been speaking to quite a lot of practice owners of late, as I do. It's my work, right? Supporting, helping, coaching, mentoring private practice owners, most of them group practice owners, but also people that wanting to expand their practice. Amanda said, hope you're not delayed for too long. Yeah, as long as we get there in time for tomorrow morning, that's what's important. And one conversation, Amanda says, hi Chelsea. One of the conversations that have been coming up over and over again of late is people asking me about, Gerda, I've got this team member in my practice, a clinician, and compared to all the other team members, hey Marianne, thanks for joining, compared to all the other team members, their dropout rates is really high. In other words, having clinicians whose retention rates is very low, okay, where they get a lot of new clients, for example, booked in, and then 2-3 weeks later, their diary is empty again. Then we book them a lot of clients again, then 2-3 weeks later, their diary is empty again. And that is most certainly a worrying trend. I do know, of course, that all clients aren't going to do 6 sessions, okay, which is like the basic, I would think. Hey Carlin, how are you going? Which is the basic number of sessions to do on a referral when somebody gets referred to a psychologist, for example, because obviously my practice is a psychology practice. I know that. But when you look at somebody's diary and there's this overwhelming number of clients that drop out after 1 or 2 sessions, that is a big problem, right? That is a big problem. Now, unless of course you are maybe in the org psych sphere where you work with high-level executive leaders that only needs and only asks for 1 or 2 sessions because maybe there's something really difficult that they need to do, a difficult decision they need to take, and they just need 2 targeted sessions. But I know after 10 years of experience in private practice, in the private sector, based on the type and number of referrals that's come through to my practice, that even though we aren't really meant to see more severe clients, that even they come through to us, right? But even people that come with mild to moderate presentations will and should benefit from at least 6 sessions with a psychologist. I've said this many times before, and I'll say it again, that I believe that I can take any person off the street, even if this person has never been diagnosed with a mental health issue, and I can get them in to do 6 sessions with me, and they will leave every session feeling that they have received value. Hey Kim, thanks for hopping on. Okay, and this, even just following a cognitive behavioral therapy approach, incorporating some acceptance and commitment therapy, as well as some mindfulness. If I can put together a package for somebody that goes, you know what, Gerda, I've never been diagnosed, but I want to gain skills, coping mechanisms to help me live a better life, to make me step more into my purpose, into my passion, just to make sure, you know, that I'm living to my fullest potential. I'll go, awesome, come in and we can do 6 sessions, and they will pay me out of pocket at my normal full fee rates, and they will feel they have had immense value. All right, but that being said, you know, when I look, as I was saying earlier, at the history of referrals coming into private practice, I know that really 99.9% of clients needs 6 and more sessions. All right. If we look at the literature around dropout rates, because some clients are just not going to engage for various reasons, they don't click with their psychologist or whatever, with their clinician. It's really, the literature says that 30%, to be really specific, it's 27% of clients will drop out for all those type of reasons. Okay, but that still leaves a huge amount of clients that needs to come in. And if you look at somebody's diary, okay, and they've got a dropout rate of more than 27%, that is of concern. All right. Mary Ann says, I state in first session that to see change or good progress, 6 sessions is highly recommended. I think if you set this guideline, the client will be more often than not see this out. Most certainly agree, 100%, Mary Ann. It's also why we do a pre-intervention assessment. So in my practice, we do the depression, anxiety, stress scale, the 42-item questionnaire. So they do that as session 1. At session 2, when they come in, that's where we give them that feedback, right? And then we go through and we look at, where does your stress, your anxiety, your depression score lie, at what level, whether it's normal, mild, moderate, severe, extremely severe, and then I start talking to them and having that engagement conversation that really, in order for us to see a change, we need to, we'll need another 4 hours after today, because then you've already done 2 hours worth of sessions in session 2, right? And if you think about it, 4 hours, that's not even a shift at work for most people, right? That's nothing. That's nothing, and it's really important to set clear expectations for clients that people don't get better when it comes to their mental health overnight. And if they do, it's probably a bit of a flight to health concept, right? Where it's like, oh my goodness, I feel so good. Why? Because I was able to unburden myself. Because finally somebody listened to me, and now I feel so much better. But that's not long-term improvement. I would rather see somebody stay a bit longer in therapy than relapse consistently. I would rather see them stay longer in therapy and have greater periods between relapse, because we know with a lot of conditions, relapse is very, very common that will happen, right? So it's all about how do we do the work now at the front end to support people better at the back end. And a very important concept that I think that has also been coming up as I'm having these discussions with practice owners, when we start to really dig in terms of going, okay, what's the discussions that you've had with this clinician before? What came up in that discussion? How did you handle that discussion? And something that comes up very much is clinician confidence, okay? Clinician confidence in their own skills. So just wait for the announcement. Is clinician confidence, right? And this is so important. This is so important. And I've seen this over the years. I mean, I've had a group private practice now for 10, 11 years. It's 11 years already. And hey, Jessica, how are you? For 11 years, and I've seen that. I have clinicians that have struggled with this confidence, right? And very often, you know, when you see high dropout rates, low retention rates, it can be various amount of factors, but very often it is about clinician confidence as well, where the clinician leaves it to the client, for example, to rebook their next appointment. And I would see that in comments like when a clinician walks a client out to the front desk, and I hear them having this discussion with the psych, asking the client, all right, so when would you like to come in again? It's like, no, that's not how it works, okay? That's not how it works. You, as the clinician, as the professional, needs to recommend to the client when you want to see them again, right? And here's the punchline, okay? Here's the punchline that every treating clinician needs to know. It is not your client's job to validate you. It's not your client's job to make you feel like you've done a great job by rebooking, by saying, oh yeah, I want to see you again next week. This was so great. This was so helpful. Let's book in. It's not their job, okay? And I think it's very unfair to put that pressure on the client. They've got enough stuff to deal with. And it's also really not fair to you, right? Because our clients that come in to see us, they've got issues. That's why they come and see us. They've got challenges in their lives, responsibilities that they're really struggling with, you know, relationship challenges, mental health presentations. You can't put that on them. It's not their job to validate you to feel good as a professional. If that is something that you know, if you sit and reflect on it, if you know something that happens for you, then you need to address this in supervision. Okay, and please address it in supervision with a private practice supervisor. You know, this is probably a complete different other live stream, but I also, and it's a completely different topic, but I did say in my title, we talk about all the things, right? But what I often find is when I have conversations with practice owners, when they're having challenges with their clinical team, a lot of times these challenges are created because the clinician goes for external supervision, which is 100% fine, of course, right? Hey Celine, how are you? Hope you made it to Sydney. Goes and sees an external supervisor. Very often, this external supervisor is somebody that they're used to seeing, that they used to see when they were doing their masters, or when they were at uni, or whilst they were doing something else, right? So it's very often an academic supervisor. Now, with all love and due respect to academic supervisors, they don't have a flipping cooking clue. They do not have a clue of what it's like to treat clients at the coalface in private practice. They don't. And don't tell me they have a part-time private practice where they see 4 clients a week. They still have no clue, right? They have zero clue of what it's like to be in private practice. 4 clients a week, that's not private practice. Talk to me when you're seeing at least 24 clients a week in private practice, then you'll have a minimum idea of what's going on, right? Very, very important. And what I would also say, you know, I can say this because I also have no idea what it's like to lecture at university. I've never been a university lecturer, right? I've never done that intense research that they do. But yes, you know, I can talk about sample sizes, I can talk about standard deviations, I can talk about all that stuff that's involved in the research that they do. But again, that's surface level, right? So I can't comment over their work. They shouldn't try and comment about our work. And then they speak to their supervisees, and I think this is actually a problem, right? They give the supervisees input on an industry, input on a topic, input on an environment that they know nothing about. Now, I would say potentially this could be seen as practicing outside of your area of competency. Because you as a supervisor is telling that clinician what can and can't happen in private practice. It's like, that's not your area of competency. Just like I'm not going to go supervise somebody on their PhD because I don't have a clue what's going on there, right? Yes, I can probably live stream for half an hour or an hour on research, everything that I do know, but it's not the same. It's not at the same level. And therefore I won't. I respect their skill set. I respect their environment. I respect that they have different competencies, and I expect the same back, but we're not getting it in private practice. It's like we are these, I don't know what the word is. Have you been listening to me, Chelsea? No, Chelsea has not been paying attention to me. She's sitting there working, and now when I need an English word that's not coming into my head, Chelsea, sorry, you're not here to help me out. You know, I'm saying private practice is like the black sheep. The black sheep of the industry. Thank you. Yes, thanks. And just by making eye contact with you, it just came to me. And that's why a lot of university lecturers and supervisors are telling new grads not to come work in private practice, which is bullshit, really, if you ask me. Yes, I'm sure, as in every industry, there are practice owners out there that are a bit unscrupulous and not doing the right thing. Very often I find it's because they don't know the right thing and because they don't know how to actually manage a private practice. And I'm most certainly not making excuses for them. They need to come to my workshops. They need to read my books so they can learn how to do it properly, right? But do not paint all of us with that same brush. So that's a bit of my thoughts on supervisors and people going to external supervisors. That can be the bane of your existence when you are trying to manage a clinician employee, or when you are trying to speak to a clinician subcontractor and all you're hearing is, but my supervisor says, but my external supervisor says. Well, actually, I don't care what your external supervisor says unless they are in private practice. Okay, unless they know what it's like when they're at the cold face. Otherwise, it's like they're practicing outside of their area of competency. How ethical is that? That they comment and give you, and it's very often like direct advice about what you should and shouldn't be doing when they've got no clue. I don't know why you even put your trust in that person, but it's probably because there's a relationship yet. Yes, so I really need clinicians to step back and go, is that what's happening in my external supervision? Because if so, it's not helpful. You know, just like if I decide I want to go work in an eating disorders clinic, I'm going to go find an external supervisor that is an expert in eating disorders, right? So if you're going to go work in private practice, get a supervisor that's an expert in private practice. That's been there, done that, that's still in there, that knows the current climate, knows the current challenges, knows the current variables at play. You know, the person that is pitched up day in and day out in a private practice environment, because unless they have, they don't know. Just like unless you've never done mortally family training for eating disorders, you have no clue, right? Okay, let's see. Monique says one of my team members was very bad at not giving the recommendation to rebook and or when. Suffice to say, client retention was very poor and she no longer has a job at my practice. Exactly. You know, as practice owners, we invest a stack load of money into marketing our practice and into marketing our clinicians. All right. Why do we do that? Because without communicating, without marketing, without telling people how we can help them through marketing, which costs money, right? And costs a lot of time, I can tell you that. A lot of time and effort, we wouldn't get clients through the doors and therefore in the therapy chair. And in order for us to pursue our passion, that's what needs to happen. And then clinicians, because they rely on the validation of clients and they don't have a belief in themselves, the clients just don't come back. Now that's not really fair on the client and that's not fair on the practice owner, right? And then the clinician is probably going, oh, why don't I have any clients? And especially if they're subcontractors, they're going to go, why don't I have any clients? You practice owner, you need to go get me more clients. Well, actually, no. Okay, and I think sometimes subcontractors forget that they have a business-to-business relationship with a practice owner. They're not an employee, right? It's a business-to-business relationship. That's very important, which also means that if we give them clients and they're not looking after it, we can tell them, what the hell are you doing? Why are you losing the clients? Now, obviously, you're not going to talk to them like that, right? I'm just paraphrasing here in terms of, you know, the immediate thought that goes into my head when I see that. Obviously, you're going to talk very nicely to them in the the meeting that you're going to have with them, because it's so important. You know, very often when our clients come in and see us because of their presenting problem, because of their self-esteem, their confidence, the way that life has treated them thus far, they need us. They rely on us to have confidence and to show a conviction in our own belief of how we can help and what we do to help. And you need to tell them all of those things. Your clients rely on you to show them and verbalize to them that you've got the experience to help them, that you've got the knowledge to help them, that you've got the competencies to help them, and that you have the desire to help them. They can still say no, but unless you've done those 4 things, unless you've conveyed those 4 things, you've not done your job. And I would even go as far as to say that how can you not do that if you are truly passionate about helping people? Okay? Because if you don't, people are just going to come and go, and you're going to just continue to feel shit because you're waiting for your clients to validate you, and you are stuck in a pattern of causing that to help. Sounds like this could be a bit of a schema, right, people? Now, I'm by no means a schema therapy expert, but that looks like a schema. Engaging in a way that causes my clients to not come back, so that I can keep and stay in the schema of not feeling worthy, of not feeling good enough, and feeling unvalidated. Right? So stop it. And if you can't stop it, go and speak to your proper private practice supervisor. And you know what? If you speak to somebody in private practice, they've probably been there, done that. I know that I for sure wasn't very confident when I started in private practice, right? And I started and I had an accent in this country, especially when I started here. And I made a point of talking slowly, almost like I'm talking slowly here because I know it's noisy here, so that you guys can hear me well. Of talking slowly, of really articulating my words and really being clear in what it is that I wanted to convey. And it took probably 3 months or so for me to just get my confidence in this setting, in this country, you know, which also means that it can be worked upon, right? It can be done, but it's up to you as the clinician. You need to stop relying on the client to validate you as a professional. That is your job. And no, doing yet another clinical program or yet another clinical course or yet another clinical qualification ain't gonna help. You're gonna just stay stuck in there, because then you're really waiting for that course or that workshop or that program to validate you, and it's not gonna do that. It needs to start from within, right? So you need to go and work on that. And if you're a practice owner and you've got team members that's struggling with this, you know, you might need to have a really frank yet supportive conversation with them about this, because if you allow your team members to not address this, you are not fulfilling your purpose of getting clients in the door that's going to get help. Monique said, I did tons of training with her, but she didn't implement anything I taught her. She just wasn't a good fit for private practice. Yep. You know, one of the big things I ask myself when we interview for new people is, can they be trained if they're a new grad? And if they're a more experienced person, I ask, can they be mentored? Will this person take input, right? Now, I don't know how old I am. I'm saying I'm 42. I decided when I turned 42 that I will be 42 for the rest of my life. But I am at least 42. I'm older than that. But I'm at least 42. Because it's a nice round number. And, you know, I learn stuff still. I still learn clinical things. I've got an amazing supervisor, you know. So I totally believe that I'm never going to know everything. I even still do mentoring for my own business coaching, right? Because there's always new things to learn. So the question is, can somebody be mentored, or are they closed off to that? Because if they're not willing to be trained and or mentored, yeah, as Monique said, they're not a good fit, and they're just going to frustrate the hell out of you as the practice owner. So that's a question that you need to be able to answer when you interview for new team members. Hey Laura. Carlin says, myself and my senior OT do initial assessments and feedback, and we recommend 12 sessions minimum. Yep. The OTs are booked in their diary for 12 sessions for your clients. Recently, one of therapists lost half her caseload in her first 3 months. Also did not seem bothered about it. I still, and my therapist can still take it personally and question why clients leave. Well, she recently got released. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. You know, if you see this pattern of what's happening, I mean, there's different patterns happening, right? But this is just relating to client retention. If you see it happening and you approach this person, whether they're employee or a subcontracting clinician, and you have a conversation and you are supportive and you try and give suggestions and they just close off and they're not taking anything on board because, you know, and that will happen for various reasons, then that's what needs to happen. Then you need to let them go because they're not, if they're an employee, they're not fulfilling their job description of seeing clients, right? If they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, or they're seeing clients for 2 sessions when the practice average is 6 or 10 or whatever. And if they're subcontractor, well, they're bad business to have a relationship with, right? Remember, business to business relationship with your subcontractors, they're a bad business, and any other business that's not providing the service to you, you're going to fire their asses, right? So, same thing, same. Colin says she was it was a very something experience, lesson, but did not adapt and change and did not come from prior practice. There you go. Lesson for me. There you go. Hey Abby, if you're watching, I've already shared it everywhere. I've been very proactive because I know you're probably busy back home holding the fort at Chiropractic Success HQ. It has been one of the busiest weeks. It's just, I don't know really why, but like last night it was still packing up, but that's because I was away most of the morning. That's why, yes, that's why I can't say I was packing. Abby packed everything. I literally walked in and she said, okay, come into the room, and then she showed me where everything was in the bags. How spoiled am I, right? So very spoiled. All right, so I'm thinking that's all I wanted to discuss. Anybody on here that's got any questions or comments, seeing that I've got nothing better to do with my time? That's not true. I've got lots of work and catch up that I need to do, but I would much rather prefer to talk with you guys. So, maybe I can bring Chelsea in here. Chelsea, So we are going to the Inner Circle Retreat, the first one of this year, and this is your first Inner Circle Retreat. Hang on. This is Chelsea. Hang on, say hi. All right. So, what are you looking forward to most about Inner Circle? I did not prepare her on this earlier.
I'm looking forward to most the creativity and the productivity and just getting ideas from everybody.
Yes, that's an amazing part.
Oh, right? So good.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Well done. And I remember when at our meeting on Monday, when Chelsea came in, we were going through Chelsea's list in Asana of things to do. And she kept on, we're going through things, and she kept on going, oh no, I'm going to schedule this one for the weekend, this one for the weekend. And at some point I said, Chelsea, I think you've got a wrong idea of what this Inner Circle Retreat is all about. It's not the get it done retreat, okay?
I'm still getting this done.
You're getting stuff done now, yes. But on the day, it's going to be full on, right? Because we have like accountability sessions, we've got hot seats, we do have smaller implementation sessions, we've got learning pieces. So there's a lot of work, there's a lot of brainstorming, of masterminding, which I personally think is the best part of it, other than of course just spending 2 days with just next level thinkers, next level entrepreneurial impact entrepreneur practice owners, and the ideas that come up there, the ideas that they brainstorm for one another is just amazing. So yes, that's Inner Circle Retreat this weekend, and we're going to be in Bondi. Bondi. Now, if you are eager to have a little bit of a similar experience than we do on this weekend, you might want to consider joining me in, is it May? I should probably know what it is. At my next Get It Done retreat. No, it's June. It's June. Thank you. Chelsea is on to it. At my next, because Chelsea will be there. At my next Get It Done retreat, we are now opening up registrations for June and October actually. And when I looked at the website after Abby had some changes made with the web developer, I noticed that it's still 2018 fees on there. All right, so I have contacted the accommodation establishment, asked them to send me their 2019 rates. So as soon as I get the 2019 rates, I'm going to be increasing the fees. However, you have a very short window of opportunity to get your place booked right now at the Get It Done retreat at the 2018 rate. The rate will go up. There's no two ways about it. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. We'll probably, I don't know how soon. Okay, but it will go up. I will think about the date once I've heard back from the accommodation place. I mean, the Get It Done retreat is an amazing experience, and I'll still do a proper post about what's involved, but the food is probably the highlight of, I don't know why I talk about that first, like that's why people come to the Get It Done retreat, right? But the food is amazing. The food is amazing, and it's just such an amazing experience. So I'll put the link to the Get It Done retreat in the comment section for those that are interested, which is a 3-day, 4-night experience that will blow your mind. That's all I will say. And so on a side note, if you have not been to my 1-day private practice success workshops, well, I'm in Brisbane next week Friday. Today, week from today, I'm in Brisbane. And then the 10th of May, I'm in Melbourne. Now, if you haven't been to this 1-day workshop, my private practice success signature workshop, I really don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm lost for words if you have not been there as yet, because it's a no-brainer. I don't care whether you've been in private practice 6 months, 16 years, or 26 years, you need to get there, because that is also an amazing experience, and I can assure you that you will learn something to take away. I've had people come in there and within the first half an hour gone, done, this is paid for the day. Okay, that's how amazing that is, because that's just a no-brainer. So I'll put the link for that in for you as well, and I would love to see you guys in person at either of those two events. So I think it's lunchtime. What do you think? It's 12:35. Oh, you've had your lettuce burger, but Chelsea actually left the lounge to go and buy a lettuce burger outside. I'm going to be a cheapskate and get free food in the lounge. All right, everybody, it was so great to just share some thoughts with you guys. Chelsea's checking our flights. We're still on time?
Not boarding it yet though.
What time are we boarding?
I don't know. I thought it was 12:30, but it's not boarding yet.
That means I'm not going to have time to eat. Boarding 12:35.
I don't have anything up there yet though.
Ah, okay. So maybe I can quickly get down some food before we go, right? Because I chose to do a live stream instead of eat. That's how much I love you. All right, everyone, I'm going to go. Have a fantastic Friday and weekend. I may or may not pop in to say hello directly from the Inner Circle retreat. But for now, as always, remember all you need to do is say yes to your very own ultimate level 5 private practice. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.